and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're taking a look at a film from Jet Li's bibliography. As today we look at the film entitled Fearless. Released in 2006. I've not actually seen Fearless, the full film, as of yet. So I'm interested to see in isolation what these fight scenes are like. And this is Jet Li, of course. He has a very illustrative film career, so already I'm imagining that these fight scenes are going to be real good. So actually I do have the sort of the elevator premise of what this film is. After going through a series of tragic events in his life, martial arts master Hyo Yuanjia returns to Tianjin and must fight 4 international soldiers in order to safeguard his nation's pride. And I suppose where the fearless part comes in is that he has to fight all these people and not show any fear while doing it, or maybe he has to come to terms with his fear throughout the process of fighting all these guys. But overall, let's see what we're dealing with here. So this first fight scene is Jet Li versus Nakamura Shido. So I'm imagining this is like a Japanese master, or like a samurai type deal. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, 3-section stuff. You never see that these days. You never see that in fight scenes. It's underrated. It's got the benefits of the bow staff and nunchucks all in one. So already there is so much to comment on. I am just imagining the level of control you need for the 3-section staff. Because imagine you have the reach advantage, but then you have to make sure to control that. So imagining with like a nunchuck, if I go back a few seconds to see where he's gripping it. It looks as though he's controlling it more because he's holding it closer to the chain. Close to where the sectioning is. And when you use nunchucks, especially when you're a beginner with them, you're told to grip them closer to the chain, or closer to where the separation is for better control. And then as you gain more mastery over them, you widen out your grip a bit more. It's also fun with the sword as well. Just seeing how fast the sword movements are as well are really fun. Oh! Let's see what happened there. A spin around, a body spin that you would do for a bow staff. Cool. I think I've done that before actually. It's fun doing those around the body. It feels so awesome doing those. Oh! So he blocked the middle section. It looks as though he blocked the middle section, but the final section of it just reached over and got him on the back. But because the energy was probably dissipated by blocking the middle section, it probably didn't hurt that much, so it probably just bruised a bit. And as he just uses it like a club, very good. That sword would have already be blunted. Like swords like that, like a katana like that would already be so blunt. So basically then he just used it like a chain whip. So using more of that chain whip training as well. I'm not actually trained to use the chain whip, but I'd love to learn to use it. Just at least the beginner level stuff, because I think that would come in so handy. So he's closed the gap, so he's realised, the Japanese guy, he's realised that the distance is too great, so he needs to get in closer. Oh, they've swapped. You can't acknowledge how adept fighters are in their own right. And it's fun how Lee's character, he uses the katana more like a Dian sword. That's fun. And then let's see what this guy is like. Because he's now showcased that he does still have a good level of like athleticism to dodge all the weapons, had to dodge all the attacks and such.
You'll get it.
I mean, don't you just love it when martial arts can just be like that, when you can just have respect between different styles and different techniques? That's... You never see that anymore. Ooh, interesting. So now we've got more of a twin broadsword sort of style here. So is that a draw, or is that... Because they both had their blades, or their weapons at each other's throats, so is that a draw? It's always fun having fight scenes like this, which showcase the comparison and the contrast between different styles, respect for both fighters, and at the end, just a mutual understanding of, yeah, we each are masters in our own right. I show respect to you. That is... It's always nice seeing those. Let's see about one more. So it's two spears having at it. The English chap's staff looks, or spear, excuse me, it looks longer than the other one is.
Mine are bigger than yours.
Throwing body shots like he's Rocky Balboa. Going upstairs like he's Apollo Creed.
Rationally, that doesn't make any sense. You take away the advantage you had. But I suppose then it forces your opponent then to have to change up their style. But then it makes it easier as well for your opponents to just do what they've already been doing. No, that doesn't make sense. This guy's just an idiot.
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
Yeah, now you've just given this guy the advantage. What are you doing, mate? Yeah, this chap's just a clown.
Know your place, trash!
Okay. Two swords at it, so it's like a rapier versus... Yeah. I'm interested to see, actually, if someone took... Maybe I should. If I took more of a Western-style sword, like a rapier, or maybe even a Templar sword, see how I'd be able to translate the Gian or Del stylings, or my training with those, to those. Ooh. Should I do it? How much are Templar swords these days? £90, 89.99. Should I? No, don't do it. You don't need it. You don't need it, Lewis. You don't need it. You don't need it. Close the tab. Close the tab. So is that, I suppose, where the fearless thing comes from with the name? It's more of like a stoicism sort of thing of having no fear in the face of what you're coming up against. Yeah, because being fearless is very different from being brave. Bravery is confronting that fear and doing the things you need to do anyway. But being fearless, just no, you're not afraid, you're just going to do it. So that often leads to stupidity. A rapier versus Jihad is a good matchup, really. I would actually love to see more of like a Dell sword style versus rapier, how the two would compare there, because stylistically those two are so different. hooked him on the... But you can just see, like, this guy's, like, shook by that. He's, like, shocked, like, I've never seen someone do that before. So it looks as though these were the opening fight scenes of the films. Hopefully that's not blowing your load too early, because these fight scenes are all so good. You would hope that the rest of the fight scenes throughout the rest are really good. Because that's always the trouble with doing fight scenes early on. If you blow your load too early, then the fight scenes that come later, you're going to be exhausted by them. But then again, if you have loads of really good fight scenes, but they're carefully dotted throughout, like you have 4 fight scenes in the film, but they're carefully dotted throughout the film, then you can have your audience be not so tired or fatigued by the end of the film. I think that's a lot of critique with something like the John Wick films that they had with 3 and 4, that there were too many of those sequences, so you're just exhausted by the end of them. So overall, if I were to... I would watch this film. Should I predict how much I would give this film out of 10? This is all the opening, so I don't know how much the rest of the film would... what the rest of the film would be like. No idea on the plot or anything. I would guess and say it would probably be in the 7 to 8 range. I'd say probably that. I don't want to give it a 10 out of 10 right out the gate, because 10 out of 10 I think has to be on like another level. So... yeah, I think a high average. High average is good. So 7 to 8. So that was Jet Li's Fearless. What did you think of the film? Comment down below your own thoughts on the film. And until next time, everyone, peace be with you.